Cost analysis of pig farming for new farmers investment appraisal. Nobody first starts a business without getting to know the cost. And having these piglets, a pig gives approximately 8 to 15 piglets in 3 months' time of its pregnancy. So imagine you making 15 piglets every after 3 months, every after 3 months, every after 3 months. Let's just go directly into this cost. The investment appraisals that we'll be looking here is the analysis of the expected cost, the analysis of the expected revenue, and the analysis of the global profit. I would have loved to explain all in this video, but this should be the part one where I analyze the cost so that in part two you get to see the revenues and the global profit and how many times your pig can actually put to birth a year, how many piglets you can get to sell a year, how much you could make from it. But right now, pick out your pen and your notebook. Let's verify the costs incurred in order to carry out this type of activity. It is good, little or no experience required. Having a minimum capital of less than $500, you could start with this. Come on, let's verify. But before we go into it, please, I would like you to click on the subscribe button, like the video, and share. Comment what you love about us. It is a standard to just motivate us. If you love my videos, please motivate me by subscribing, liking, and commenting. Firstly, we go into the cost analysis, the cost of a piggery, the cost of a pigsty or a swine house, the cost of acquiring a pig or piglets, the cost of feeding. Why not? The cost of maintenance during the period of stay with you before sales. Pig is usually something which is very cheap to keep because its feeding is very affordable. Just in Africa here, just your food after eating, you could actually even share with pigs depending on the breed and the species of pig or piglets you are intending to rear. Now you could actually buy a pig even for at 2 weeks old, from 2 weeks old to 3 months old. If you're trying to start this farming, 2 weeks to 3 months old, you could buy a pig. Stays for at least 6 months before the market. So if you want to go into it, it's well, you could start with one, you could start with two, you could start with five, as much as you have the capital. Start with what you can afford. Do not go big if you don't have big. Now, the cost of a pig sty or a pig house, we say the land should be 50 meter by 50 meter is highly recommendable. It should have a distance of at least 100 meter away from your main house, giving us a total cost of at least $100. Your pig sty or your pig house should not cost more than $100 unless you're intending to rear more than 100 pigs in future. So when I talk of $100, it could still be more depending on your future targets, your future achievements, and how far you want to go into this farming. Okay, now the next thing is the cost of pig. You want to know how much to buy one pig or that. So the cost depends on the pig, that is the breed of the pig and the number of months. So you could not compare a 2 weeks old and that of a 3 months. So 1 month old piglet costs approximately $50 per piglet. You got me right. 2 months old piglet costs approximately $75, and 3 months old piglet costs approximately $120 per pig. So know all these costs. Just calculate the number of piglets which are there. These are almost getting to a month. Calculate and tell me my income. Calculate and just verify what you'll be making. This pig here gave birth to 13 children and it was just its first. Yes, it was just its first time, and we are targeting the second time to come out at least 15. So come on, imagine 13 just in 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. Is something I'll recommend for everyone to go in. It's something an investment which you could easily do because it does not require time, because you could easily feed it in the morning, you go out to your daily normal 9 to 5 job, and you come back in the evening and you feed it, and that is all. You don't need to be there every day checking every hour of the day. Just morning, evening routine is enough, and it gives you the ability to practice different types of farming. So what do you love most? I will not discuss about the number of piglets, the number of amount, how the maintenance now, but during our revenues, you're going to see why you ought to do pig farming, the advantages involved, and every benefit. Look at the way they are fighting here. It's a playful side, it is a joyful side. It is something you just want to be beside. It's like nature. You just want to experience as they're fighting, they're playful, joyful, how friendly they could be. Now let's calculate the cost of feeding, because as they are small, that's how their mouth consume. So they cost about 95 to $105 per pig to feed in a month. So giving us approximately $200 per month if you're started with two piglets. Don't mind these small ones that they are there. They eat a lot. There is a lot of expenditures here. That is why it is relatively expensive. You don't want to miss the part 2 of this video to know how much at least a 6 months old pig costs when it's ready for the market. You don't want to know how much they cost when they're already looking the size you can find here. This size you see here, I will not give you revenues when we have not done with the cost analysis. So take note, the house you're building should be at least $100. It could be more, it could be less, depending on how many you want to start with. Now for maintenance cost, there's little or nothing, because it's just to ensure a well ventilated environment, ensure enough water and food, ensure they are vaccinated to avoid diseases, ensure a natural clean environment for them. The environment should be clean, tidy, no matter how cost effective you are going in for. Please do not go anywhere, because at the end of this video, we are going to see the total cost you need as a beginner. If you want to go more, you are allowed to go more. If you want to go less, you are allowed to go less. Do as you please. You can still start even with one piglet. So evaluate your pocket, evaluate your future, and see what to go in for. The summary of the cost of this, you are going to look. A cost of a pig star we said was $100. The cost of a piglet, we took two piglets, which was $100. A cost of feeding of the two piglets is approximately $200 per month, and the cost of maintenance, which is like the vaccination and all, is $10, giving us a total cost of $410 to $500 that you want to have in this farming. $500 is an investment, and most investment are not free. So the part 2 of this video is nothing to be missed about. It's something you want to do, so stay tuned for the part 2.